What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Conor Lawler. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit chat about everything to do with film for the first half of the episode. And in the second half, we will be talking all the week's weirdest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my best pal, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's your voice?
Oh, it's not great, Conor, I'm going to be honest. We've both had a couple of days.
I was at a birthday party last night, and then I woke up and the music is loud at those things, so you shout a lot, and then I realised, I have to record a podcast, but my voice doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I was at a wedding on Friday and then a 30th birthday party last night, so I don't think any part of me works anymore.
So we're here to talk all the week's movie news. I mean, I'm excited. You can hear it in my voice.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be doing this right now, folks.
So if this is your first episode, we don't normally sound like this. Maybe Shaun does. I probably
sometimes.
don't. If it's your first episode, you don't have to do anything. If it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share. Whatever way you want to support the show would be absolutely amazing. It's always great seeing all the listener numbers going up. And so, yeah, we just want to thank everyone. And we have a Patreon down below if you want to support us. We do extra bonus content over there, secret VIP episodes.
Yeah, we're currently taking votes and submissions for what we want our October movie review to be. So
and I actually think our pitches every week are working because we are continuously pitching movies we like.
Yeah.
Because the patrons choose what movie we review every month. And because, look, they don't mind me saying this, Shaun, they're dickheads.
Bastards.
They will actively choose bad movies because they like to see us watch bad movies.
And we've done that for upwards of 3 years at this point.
and we've complained enough that actually now it's come around. And this week, Ocean's 11 got nominated. The Nice Guys was thrown in.
See, we're stacking the deck, basically.
We're stacking good movies.
Yeah.
And so we pull one out of a hat and we review it every month. But I'm saying the hat, the shift is changing. And that's good.
The percentage of shit in the hat is much lower than it usually
To be fair, they are running out of bad movies. We have done like Catwoman and Madam Web and like
Constantine's a sleeper hit. We all thought it'd be bad.
Sleeper hit, lad. That was pretty good. So, Shaun, this is the movie section of the show, and it's important that to come out clean this week in that in terms of big news, not big trailers. But I do have rumours, hearsay, whataboutery.
I can speculate on some stuff. That'll be great.
We're speculating on some stuff. So, Shaun, we're going to start off the movie news section of the show with a new rumour. By the way, there's a timestamp down below if you're just here for weird news. Don't worry about that. It's like 40 minutes in, something like that. You can go straight.
You can probably eyeball it, but I'll put the actual number down there.
Yeah, he'll put it in. He might forget. If he does, let me know, as usual.
Never will.
According to a new rumour, Shaun, Sam Raimi has finalised a deal to direct Doctor Strange 3.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I wasn't a big fan of Multiverse of Madness. I think that's been well documented on the programme. But what I did like was, it felt like someone actually had decisions regarding the directing and how it looked.
It's an interesting one because obviously nothing aside at the moment, but as I said, lots of rumour, lots of hearsay this week, and the rumour stating that Sam Raimi coming back in. I'm actually very surprised at that because I think maybe he had a lot of fun in the second one, but in terms of reception, I don't think it was probably as strong as he was expecting. Because Sam Raimi is a weirdo, but in the best possible way. He's a fucking genius of a weirdo.
Yeah, but I think that's why maybe they're bringing him back, is that I think he'll be allowed to go full weird on this one. I think he might have been held back or things were changed after the fact with Multiverse of Madness. But I think a lot of what was praised about Multiverse of Madness was Sam Raimi's directing. So now they'll go whole
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness came out in 2021.
That's insane. That came out last year in my head.
I read that today and I was like, no, it didn't. It came out in 2023, right? Definitely.
Right. I hate that.
2021. We are all slowly edging towards death, but not slowly.
I wish it was quicker. Oh, man.
Any minute now. So, obviously, if you don't know who Sam Raimi is, he did all of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. That's probably his biggest foray to Marvel Studios. Obviously, he's done hundreds of other movies.
Evil Dead, one of the best franchises.
Just super good at horror. Really good at horror. To get a vibe of like horror and superheroes, just look for the surgery scene in Spider-Man 2 with the arms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's good. That's good horror stuff. So Doctor Strange coming back for a third one in general, I think is actually a strange option to do a third Doctor Strange.
I think they might be hamstrung a little bit. I also heard this rumour, and I heard that it might be called Time Runs Out would be the movie. So that is a comic event. It's an arc called Time Runs Out, and it's all about the incursions and how they try and stop them. Which is where two universes collide together and destroy both universes, leading to Secret Wars. So I think it's mainly like a Reed Richards kind of story in the comics, but they don't have him yet. So the guy with the most experience with incursions and alternate universes is Doctor Strange at the minute.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I read it and I was like, I don't know if I want the Doctor Strange 3, but I also am like, I could see why they're doing that, because if Raimi signs back on, they're like, yeah, you go for it. Let's see what we can do. And I do understand that option of like, if we are going to do all this weird shit of like time traveling and different universes and like they're all smashing together, I think Doctor Strange is the only character you can kind of do that with. Like, you're not going to be like, okay, we have Thor and Black Widow to fight the universes colliding.
I don't think, that it doesn't. It doesn't translate as well based on what those characters are able to do. But we might see America Chavez in this one again, which will be really fun.
Hopefully,
yeah, you could see. Wanda's dead. Wanda is dead. As far as I know, she is dead.
Yeah, and I think they had to come out this week and once again say, "Oh, she's definitely dead," but that implies to me that she's definitely alive.
People have been dead before, you know.
It's comic books.
It's comic books. No one stays dead forever. But yeah, also, off topic, I'm watching Agatha all along.
Now, you would have to go back on your word, Shaun, because you've been non-stop talking shit about this show for 2 years.
I have been. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. I enjoy the witchy magical aspects of it. I think it's neat.
You know what? It knows what it is.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Do you know what? You can tell they're showrunners on it.
If anyone doesn't know, right, so we spent 2 years, well, I'll be honest with you, Shaun, we weren't too positive on Agatha. We thought it was a meme from 2020 that they were doing a TV show on. It got pushed back several times, whatever, what can you do? But we were like, I don't know how this is going to work. Is this going to be good? But then the news came out that Agatha was the first show on all of Disney Plus to do with Marvel that they had hired a showrunner for. Now, if you don't know what a showrunner is, it's the person that kind of looks after all the plot lines, looks after the ideas, basically makes sure that the writers, the directors, the actors, the studio knows where the goal is. This is where we want to get by the end of the season, and then they work backwards to, this is how we structurally get there.
And everyone is on the same page. No one is left confused. Ideally, the showrunners would communicate with other showrunners who are doing other shows that tie into their show. And
about 2 months ago, they released the news that they were like, we've got this great idea. We have got a showrunner for Agatha. And then that kind of raised the question of, well, what the fuck have they been doing for every other show? Because every show has a showrunner. Were they just making it up episode by episode? What's the story?
I think they just filmed a bunch. They had loose scripts. They'd film a bunch of shit and cut it together. And that's how Secret Invasion happened.
And pages everywhere.
You know, apparently, also, spoilers for Secret Invasion if anyone gives a shit. But apparently at the end of that, they just full on killed the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Like on live TV it happens. Because they think she's a Skrull, but then she's actually not, and that's just never going to get resolved.
Yeah, but the secret of that show, so it's called Secret Invasion, but the true secret of that show is nobody watched it.
True.
And so technically, you could tell me anything happened in that show, and I would be like, that's fine. I'm not going to ever think about that when I go in to watch a movie.
Is Rhodey a Skrull? Probably not now. I think they're just
Was he a Skrull when he decided to, like, let's kill Thanos the baby?
Who knows?
Was he a Skrull then?
Was he always a Skrull from the beginning?
Was he a Skrull in Civil War?
When he was paralysed? Was the Skrull paralysed, or was Rhodey paralysed?
Was he a Skrull from the? Was he a Skrull when he was in Iron Man 1 and a different human?
And Martin Freeman was a Skrull, but he did a bunch of heroic stuff, so I don't know what's going on there. I think that whole series is getting Inhumans, and it's just didn't happen. Don't worry about it.
I don't think they'll ever reference it.
No.
Ever again.
Like the Inhumans currently, they're just off in Hawaii somewhere.
It's very funny because that whole Secret Invasion storyline is one of those that you can't really fuck up, but they somehow did it so terribly that everyone's like, this is really bad.
Yeah, again, that's something that should have been planned well in advance and pepper stuff through it.
It had Olivia Colman and Emilia Clarke in the show.
They really, really dropped the ball on that one.
How do you do that? So Sam Raimi coming back for Doctor Strange 3, just to get back on track, Sean. Good or bad news?
Good news, I think. I'm into
Good
it.
News.
I think, get a director who has a style. And just
is Charlize Theron's character going to be in this?
Clea, perhaps.
Yeah, she probably will be.
Daughter of Dormammu, who we saw in the first Doctor Strange briefly. Maybe, I guess you don't get Charlize and then waste Charlize, surely.
Sure, if you're going to get her in, you might as well use her. If you're paying her the money, you got to put her on screen.
Kill her off in the first 5 minutes if you want, but just put her on screen.
No, kill Doctor Strange off first 5 minutes, then put Charlize front and centre.
Be a huge move. It's weird with actors because you're like, you can really tell when someone is about to finish a contract and they bring in, here's basically the same character.
This one's the same character but slightly different, and you're going to like them way more. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Stick with it. You love War Machine, right?
So Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is just a bit of a, it's less news, more like something that something to think about, because Ewan McGregor was doing Comic-Con this week. LA Comic-Con was on, and he was asked about what would he like to do in terms of Star Wars, in terms of projects, and Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 came up, and he said that they are exploring currently what they want to do for Obi-Wan Season 2. Okay. So he says exploring instead of we're hoping to do it, which to me kind of implies there's definitely talks going on.
Yeah, there would be, because it was one of the better received, it's not perfect by any means, it was one of the better received series, I think.
That's a low bar.
It's like Andor and then like 50 feet of nothing and then maybe Kenobi and then everything else.
Andor has the line of I can't swim.
I can't swim.
That's better than anything they've done for any other show.
It's that an AI could never write that. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
The idea, they kind of leave Kenobi Season 1 with he meets Qui-Gon's ghost.
Yes.
So I guess you could do more of that. Perhaps.
They're not bringing Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's doing like Taken 7 or something. Like, just, he's busy.
I think Liam Neeson will probably want to get one more in, and then just tip on.
So my question, in terms of Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, there's obviously a market for it. First one was, I would say, lukewarmly received. It was fine.
It was fine. It some cool moments, but overall, kind of a mess of a series. And
I think they're now like, Obi-Wan, what if this season is like, we're sorry about the last season, we're going to do cool stuff now? They also going to have to go through the fact of like de-aging him if they want to do like a story that's set before that, like maybe during the Clone Wars or something.
Here's what you do. Get a different actor to play him.
Interesting.
Get a different younger actor to play the younger character.
See, I can understand all the rest of them, but Ewan McGregor has looked the same for about 30 years. So I understand he's the one actor that you're like, we could probably get away with a bit of de-aging on this lad.
You probably could, yes. That's fair. But like, what do you do? Do you put him in... Do you give him flashbacks to the Clone Wars and he's fighting in that and stuff?
I do think he'll want to bring Hayden Christensen back, because I'm assuming he's very involved in the production.
Yeah, he came in for Ahsoka, didn't he?
Yeah, I think him and Hayden Christensen, they're very good friends, and I think they'd probably really enjoy doing work again on the show. Dude, going back to Clone Wars would be really cool if you had the two of them there. And you know, in like episode 3, this is such a nerdy thing to remember, but you know in episode 3 when they're like, remember the Sarlacc pit? Remember what happened? You saved me then, didn't you bastard? And you're like meant to be their best friends, but we never actually see them on any of those trips. I would like to see those trips.
Well, Connor, would you like to watch the Clone Wars animated series?
I could indeed, but what if we had it in a season on Disney Plus and that would make money?
That's also true. And there's a bunch of very well written scripts just ready to go out there.
Right, just copy whatever
just
happened in the show.
Just adapt any of that, that's fine.
Just literally take the script word for word and put it on Obi-Wan season 2 and don't mention it. Whenever someone's like, this is very similar to, you know, have you ever seen that animation? No, never seen it.
No, never seen it. It didn't exist for me.
Complete look. It's weird how we worked out the exact same story.
I don't know that it because the thing about Kenobi as well is that a bunch of stuff has to happen in a very narrow window and then never be referenced by anything else again.
Yeah.
So like all the Grand Inquisitors and stuff like that, I know it's referenced in outside media, but like the original trilogy, which is set after the events of Kenobi, none of that ever comes up or is referenced. So things have to matter enough to have dramatic tension, but then not matter enough to never be talked about again.
I think that's a problem that they run into with all of these series for all of the characters from like the original or any of the trilogies, is that like wherever you put them in the timeline, if it's in between movies, you've run into a major problem in that like it can't be a laser that's going to end the world, because surely at some stage that would have come up at a different point.
Yeah, hey, remember the time that laser nearly ended the world?
And we stopped it last minute. There was like a second left and I stopped the bomb. Do you remember that?
And like any of that, and it's like Solo. It's just like, okay, here's how Han Solo gets all of his iconic pieces of equipment and all of his one-liners. Like you're getting a character from A to B, but whatever they do in there doesn't really matter.
I mean, just what if... See, Obi-Wan Kenobi's a character that they really want to use. I also understand it. He's a massive cash cow. He's a character people love as well.
And he feels like he's not overused either. Like,
no, he's not overused at all. So Ewan McGregor wants to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And he's the only person who hasn't been burned by Star Wars. And so, like, bring him back.
Yeah, I think he's one of the more universally enjoyed parts of the prequels. So, you know, Obi-Wan's great in this.
He's like the one everyone agrees that they're like, oh, well, Obi-Wan was good.
Yeah, like they nailed that.
Yeah,
and they nailed even like the transition into like he becomes the Alec Guinness kind of character. Like so, he's calmer.
Like, I could see this. I could see this coming out in a few years. I don't know what direction you go in. I think, as you said, it's a strange scenario where something has to happen where he solves it, but it can't be big enough that it has like a big effect on him to the point where like this is the reason why I'm so down and a loner later on.
Yeah. It like this stuff like he had to look after Leia for a while, but then it's like they never really meet, so then it never comes up again, you know.
Like when they meet later on, he's not like, do you not remember me when you were a child? Remember we saved the world together, the whole galaxy? Don't remember that? Okay, cool.
Meant a lot to me. Don't worry about it. Also, can I give a quick Star Wars recommendation?
Please.
There's a thing, it's a fan edit of the prequels called Mantle of the Blackened Helm or something like that. But because all the stuff looks really cool in the prequels, but the dialogue is terrible. So what someone did was that they wrote a new script, translated it to Japanese and got Japanese voice actors to talk over it, edited all 3 films into one thing, and then put English subtitles on it. And put it all in black and white. So it's like a Seven Samurai Akira Kurosawa film, but it's Star Wars and it's good.
Wait, how long is it?
It's like 2 hours, 2 hours 30. Like,
how did they get the 3 movies down to 2:30?
I'll be honest, most of Phantom Menace is not in it.
What about the trades?
They cut out most of the trade disputes.
That's my favourite bit.
And like they change little elements. Like in this version, everyone knows Anakin and Padme are together. And
makes
it's like they're cool with it, but then it makes the turn even worse because everyone's like, "Oh, you betrayed your wife!" Like,
yeah. So what you're saying is they actually rewrote it to be better.
Yeah, they like, but the overall like the plot beats are still the same. Like it still makes sense. It's
and where's
really
that on
class.
YouTube?
It's on... It's a Google Drive link that you can find on Reddit.
It's a Google Drive link that you can find legally somewhere.
Yes, indeed.
And probably on YouTube if you look hard enough, but maybe look at Google Drives first.
Maybe look, just type in Mantle of the Blackened Helm Star Wars Reddit, and then that's going to come up, and then you click on that link.
No, not Reddit, just...
And only a certain amount of people can download it per day. Message me, I have a copy.
He'll send you a DVD copy. Yeah. Bring back the old DVDs that were like knockoffs that somebody printed off the cover and put into those like shitty little plastic DVD cases.
It still had the little white border around it from the printing.
Of course it did. They were hardly going to do it perfectly. They didn't know.
No, they're not doing like paper.
They were like, landscape. That looks like Rocky V's cover. Yeah, okay, that's grand.
The best, I had a hand-drawn one at one point. It was fantastic.
Amazing. So, Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is pretty big. Lanterns has found its John Stewart. With Aaron Pierre, who you might remember from the latest Netflix. Have you seen Rebel Ridge on Netflix?
I've seen
like the top 10.
Rebel Ridge.
Yeah, so he's the main character in Rebel Ridge, and he has gotten the job of John Stewart in DC Studios. This is for the DC show Lanterns that we've kind of talked about a little bit here on the show. They were looking for a Hal Jordan to play one of the Lanterns, and then they were looking for a John Stewart to play another one. They got Hal Jordan. They offered it to every white man in his 40s in Hollywood, but eventually they got one. And so now they have figured out...
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm not editing it out. He tried to do a clap so that I would know where to cut it.
Why?
I decided I'm not doing it.
You edit out your sneezes. You always edit out your ones.
I'll edit out my ones, that's fine. Fuck you.
I had to sit with you with hay fever all summer, sneezing and coughing like a dickhead.
And look, Connor, you have no proof of that, is all I'm going to say.
And nothing ever happened. Yeah, there's no proof. So they have now found their Lanterns, Aaron Pierre, who, by the way, having looked at him, having seen Rebel Ridge, I think he's pretty perfect as John Stewart. I think he looks really, really good. Like,
just even from what I've seen of Rebel Ridge, I totally buy that man as John Stewart. Also great voice as well, from what I know. I know he's playing Mufasa in the new Lion King.
Yeah, he's got really good voice. Kyle Chandler, by the way, is playing Hal Jordan. And so, I don't know, the idea of this show, which is weird, is that they're basically claiming it's like True Detective, but with Green Lanterns.
Yeah, and they're getting pretty good actors to fucking do all of that.
But I do think they use that description a lot for every show. There's like, it's like one of the greatest shows of all. It's like Breaking Bad, but instead it's this idea that we have, or it's like True Detective, but it's this idea.
You're associating yourself in the pitch. You would associate yourself with something that's been wildly successful.
Absolutely, of course you would.
You know, you're not going to say, "Hey, it's the real Secret Invasion, but Green Lanterns."
They're like, get the fuck out. What the fuck are you talking about?
Stop wasting our time.
So it follows, apparently, Hal Jordan, a legend amongst the space police, known as the Green Lanterns, as he reluctantly mentors Stewart, a younger Green Lantern, and the two cops get drawn into a dark, Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland.
That's very True Detective, but also...
That's actually very True Detective.
That's really fun. I think maybe the first episode will be in space and the rest of it is going to be on Earth, probably.
Save a lot of money that way. You do save a lot of money.
I'd also wager there probably won't be in the Green Lantern costumes most of the time. That's also fine with me.
Where does the rings come into that? Because they're just solving a murder, unless the murder is from Sinestro and like going around killing people. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be... I'm going to go out on a limb and say this could be good. And I don't like doing that.
But the ideal version of this is where you watch it without knowing what the Green Lanterns are, and it's just a good detective story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, and it's also a really good introduction to both these characters. Like Hal Jordan as... Also, by the way, though, Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler, and Aaron Pierre... I mean, it's meant to be like a legend and like a rookie newcomer.
Yeah.
I do think they look probably maybe within about 3 years of each other in terms of age.
Aaron Pierre is 30.
And what's Kyle Chandler? 43? Something like that.
If you nailed that, that'd be fantastic.
43, 44?
You're saying other numbers here now. Kyle Chandler's 59.
What? Fuck off.
He's twice the age of Aaron Pierre.
Okay, I take it all back. Never mind. Kyle Chandler was looking well for 59.
He looks fucking great for a man who's pushing 60.
Who's doing his work? What's going on here?
Jeez, I need to know.
He's moisturising before night. Prevention's the best cure, I'm telling you. He's up to different.
You gotta have a skincare routine.
He's on that skincare routine. He's gotta be. So he was born in like the 1960s.
1965. He was born before people landed on the moon.
What the fuck, Kyle?
Kyle's lived a life.
I'll tell you something, Kyle, I'm proud of you, right? So now I've taken all back. He can be the legend, and Aaron Pierre is only 30, so he can play the young up-and-comer.
I like that though, and I like the older Hal Jordan, who maybe was a hothead back in the day, and now calmed down and maybe has a bit of a desk job kind of a deal. And
also sees himself in John Stewart, because John Stewart's like, this is really fucked up.
Yeah.
We should change that. So he's like, I already tried, kid. I already tried a lot of times, and I got pushed back.
Have you done a Hero or Zero on John Stewart yet?
No, I don't think I have. I've done Kyle Rayner.
You've done Kyle Rayner and you've done Hal Jordan.
I might have done Stewart. I'm trying to think. It might have been very, very early on though. I can't remember doing it, so it probably wasn't recently.
Fair. I would say that's fair game to do it again if you ever want.
I think, John Stewart is in there. Did you listen to my Stephanie Browne report from Friday, Sean?
I didn't, Connor. I was blisteringly hungover.
I like the idea of you hungover and the first thing you listen to is me. Just like in the bed, dying, just like headphones in. Now to listen to my old pal Connor when I'm
what
dying.
Is going on?
When I'm one step from death.
Yeah, I didn't decide to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, lads. Okay, so Sean, that's some pretty good news in terms of lads. I think that show, by the way, it's coming together really strong.
Yeah,
it looks really good. If Penguin, by the way, is anything to go by, this show could also be really, really fucking good.
Are you watching Penguin?
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay, I need to start it, but I've heard fantastic things.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is objectively fantastic, and then I'm also like, I want to see Matt Reeves do Batman. While I'm watching it, I'm just like, Batman 2, come on, just stick it with Batman 2. Colin, I know you're killing it. Colin, I think you're doing fantastic, but I'm like, just move slightly out of the way. Is Robert Pattinson behind you as Batman here?
Just let him cook. Let him shine for
Just
a minute.
let him cook. I love this world. Let him be in it. So, Sean, we're going to move into our next piece of news. And Christopher Nolan has announced his next movie is going to Universal. And it's going to be starring Matt Damon. And it's going to be coming out in 2026. We don't know in terms of what it's going to be about. But the movie is a pretty big coup for Universal because, if you remember correctly, Christopher Nolan was part of Warner Brothers.
Indeed.
And him and Warner Bros. Worked together for basically like 20 years. They were together for all of the Dark Knight movies and they were together for
and fucking
Inception, all of them, right? They were making millions together. And then during the pandemic, Warner Bros. Decided that they were going to release Tenet straight to streaming instead of having a cinematic release. And Christopher Nolan is Christopher Nolan, so he was like, "No, fuck you, we're not doing that. That can't happen." And there was a massive fight. And then they lost Christopher Nolan during a time when cinemas were closed. So they were losing money, quite a lot of money at that point. And then they lost their biggest cash cow. And then you had Universal, who literally must have been this is the luckiest day of their life.
Oh, Christmas? Already?
Christopher Nolan showed up at their door with a little bag, a little stick, a little bag at the end of it. It was just like, I need a studio for this movie I'm doing called Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And so Universal were like, cool, you can do that here. They pitched the hell out of it. They made $1 billion, took few home, like 5 nominations, or 5 Oscars. Universal completely laughing, and now there was a big massive fight in terms of what Christopher Nolan was going to be doing next. He apparently met with Warner Brothers. they were having a chat with him. He must have walked in with like Bertie Big Bollocks, like, oh, all right, you want me back
He's
now? Is
untouchable
it?
at that point, like.
And so they must have offered him like $1 trillion. He turned them down and is now going back to Universal because they looked after him with Oppenheimer.
And to be fair, like, he got fucked over hard by Warner Brothers, so why wouldn't he go with the lads who are like, yeah, come on, do your thing. We'll release it how you want.
And so I think this is it's pretty mad that like you had Christopher Nolan and somehow lost him. He'd be the one person you would try to make happy.
Yeah, like Christopher Nolan is like, his films are event releases kind of a thing. It's like, it's the new Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it's not like he's the greatest director of all time, but he's incredibly talented, and his movies always make like $1 billion for whatever studio he's with. So if I was a Warner Brothers guy who was interested in money and looking at the Excel sheets, I'd be like, we should probably keep this lad around.
Yeah,
it's actually really handy because we all get our bonuses.
But when all the we're putting all these movies on streaming, when all that was happening, Chris Nolan led like it was him, like Denis Villeneuve was getting in on it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this isn't the deal. This isn't what we agreed to.
Yeah, because they were going to put Dune out on straight to DVD as well.
Yeah,
not straight to DVD, straight to streaming.
And everyone's like, it's not meant to be watched like that, and it really isn't.
Imagine they released Dune on streaming before
if they released
cinema.
Dune on streaming, then it does. Then Dune 2 doesn't get made.
I don't think so. I think you had to be in the cinema when that music starts blaring and the speakers are like right there. You're like, this is a fucking event.
I fucking adore those Dune movies.
Which is better, 1 or 2?
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think 2, because of the big worms.
Do you know what? I was going to go 1, but the best scene is Timothy on that fucking worm in 2. That's one of my favourite shot scenes of all time.
And when he's running up the ridge and the sand is falling away from him.
Yeah.
And then he's hanging off the side of the worm barely.
And when he falls and all the sound just goes.
Yeah.
And then he just like lands and you're straight in it. I was like, the editing on this is insane. Denny, you're a madman. Holy shit.
It's you're going to hate this, but if I could pick between right now watching Dune Messiah or The Batman 2.
Okay. It don't need to get personal.
I think I'd pick Dune Messiah, Connor. I'm very sorry.
Do you know what? I'd go to Batman 2 because I've already seen 1 and 2 of Dune, and I know Messiah's going to be mental. It's one
of the more insane ones.
I'm like, Dune 1 and 2 is so perfectly good. Like, it's such amazing movies. I'm like, okay, I'll just take the 2 of these, and I'll take the Batman 2.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, like you're happy with what you have.
I was having a conversation last night. You could probably hear from my voice. I was shouting quite loudly, but
about Batman 2.
People were at not Batman 2. I go with my T-shirt. No, people were like, what's your favourite movies? Because once they're like, oh, movie podcast or whatever. What movies did you like this year? And I was like, my favourite movie or the best movie, different things.
Yeah.
So best movie, Dune 2. Of the year.
Hands
now
down.
we have to do our awards at the end of the year, so that's like another 2 months. And then favourite movie is still The Fall Guy, even with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, no, I understand that though. It's because it's you like them for different reasons.
Yeah, like you can actively just be like, that's my favourite movie, but it's not the best movie. I just like that movie. I just had lots of fun with it.
Yeah, it scratched my brain in the right way.
Like, 2021 was the Batman and Dune in the same year, I think. And so
I think it was, yeah.
I think it was, I think it might have been 2021. And then you're kind of like looking at it like, well, the Batman is my favourite movie, but Dune is objectively the best movie of the year.
Yeah, but those two aren't mutually exclusive. You can you can like stuff, you can not.
What's your favourite movie of the year, Sean?
Favourite movie of the year? Was Dune this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Dune.
Favourite and best?
Favourite and best. Kneecap's pretty good if you've not seen Kneecap.
Kneecap is pretty good, yes.
Pretty good. Really enjoy that.
That's pretty good.
Haven't been to the cinema a lot this year, I will confess. It was the last movie I saw.
You're on this show.
Nah, don't worry about it.
You're always on Reddit. Getting Google Drive.
I'm getting spurious Google Drive links.
non-stop. I haven't been to the cinema. I'm too busy bogged down with my straight-to-DVD business I have running on Reddit. Oh, fuck.
Madam Web I saw. That's not good.
What are you talking about? Why would you just pick Madam Web?
I don't know. I'm just doing my best here, man. Yeah, look, there's a whole load of films that came out this year. But my favourite was Dune.
Wow.
That came out this year.
Okay, great stuff.
Sean, last year? I think Dune might have been last year.
Fuck off, was Dune last year.
Dune Part 2. Oh no, 2020, early 2024 it was. When did it release? February it came out.
Do you remember when Doctor Strange came out in 2021? The second one? That's weird.
I know you told me that information on this episode, but I was just as surprised when you said it that time.
I know, you're so hungover that you just keep getting surprised.
Yeah.
Like I said. Fucking hell, no way.
Any opinions I put out in this episode, they're not my own.
Weird news is going to be a trip. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to finish off movie news. We're going to finish off movie news this week with two rumours that I thought you'll enjoy. One, they're both Marvel. They're both Spider-Man kind of and Tony Stark related. Well, actually not Tony Stark anymore. Spider-Man 4 rumour. Tom Holland is to fight the symbiotes in a symbiote suit in Spider-Man 4.
Okay, this was always going to happen because Tom Holland's contract is running out and they want to get a symbiote in.
So they are going to be having the Venom, I assume, costume being put on Tom Holland. Maybe turned into a bit of a dickhead. Tom Holland's a very nice boy.
Being a prick, that's fine. Probably that little bit that got left over after Tom Hardy went back to his own universe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Unless it all ties together in Venom: The Last Dance.
But also, Venom is definitely going to be there, and also Null is probably going to be there, and several symbiotes, and then you have Tom Holland.
It's a street-level Spider-Man story, you know?
That classic street-level Spider-Man story, alien goo takes over body.
The only way, like... Look, I'll probably watch this and enjoy it because I'm a Spider-Man simp, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the only way they could have pivoted harder from setting him back to basics was if they did, like, the spider totem bullshit with him.
I actually think, I can't think of anything further away from ground level Spider-Man, which was the initial pitch for this movie, than alien goo takes over body, makes him dickhead. He fights other alien goo monsters.
It fights alien goo god from the start of the universe.
Sorry, not even alien goo gods from a different universe.
Yeah. And all that's got to be addressed. I'm
Street
not
level Spider-Man.
I don't look. I've been a Spider-Man fan long enough to know that the people who write and create Spider-Man do not like me, and they don't want to do anything that I like, but I will still consume everything anyway. That's absolutely
I always
fine.
think of Spider-Man as like a really abusive relationship in that every Spider-Man story is bad, but people love Spider-Man, and they're always just like, let's fucking set him on fire.
Yeah.
Let's do something fucked up.
Ask any Spider-Man fan who like actively reads Spider-Man comics what they think of a regular guy called Paul, and they will tell you how much they want to murder this man.
I do know this, man. I do know this. It's seeped into my psyche. I think through you and through like algorithms.
Yeah, because we follow, like we interact with similar stuff. Yeah. But he just like there was a time skip of 6 months, and suddenly Paul is like the coolest guy ever, and he's dating Mary Jane, and they have 2 kids. It's very strange. Ultimate Spider-Man's very good though at the minute.
Jesus, Paul has very strong sperm.
Please. They found the kids in like a hell dimension and brought them back and raised them as their own.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was so weird.
I know. Very, very straightforward. Ultimate Spider-Man is very good at the minute.
For as long as I've known you, for many, many years now, you're always like, mainline Spider-Man stories are shit. Terrible.
Awful.
Every month, I get more and more disappointed, and I always buy them and I read them and I'm always disappointed. And then Ultimate Spider-Man, you're like, always great, always fantastic.
You can't fuck up because Ultimate Spider-Man, they have the fucking balls to tell different stories. It's not just Peter Parker's struggling with school, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think Spider-Man is Batman suffers from that a little bit, but I think Spider-Man is worse. Mainline Spider-Man, they most of the time get it wrong a lot.
Yeah. I think they have a status quo with Spider-Man that if Spider-Man ever stops selling, then it's over, you know? Like, it'd be like...
Which they're trying their best.
I know,
to make
they're really...
happen.
But again, it's like an abusive relationship. It's like the idea of, like, oh, it could get better, though. Like, we can...
If I keep buying it, it'll definitely get better.
We can get through this. Don't worry about it.
Just next month. Next month they'll turn it around with a new plot point.
But Ultimate Spider-Man at the minute is... he's 35-year-old Peter Parker. He lived a whole life. Then he got spider powers. And so he's with Mary Jane. He has a couple of kids. Mary Jane supports him in his Spider-Manning. Like,
just being nice.
Yeah. Mary Jane has superpowers now. Paul gave them to her. In the mainline stories, yeah.
Where did Paul get the superpowers?
He found a thing in the hell dimension. He found a machine.
Right. This fucking hell dimension is Jesus. That's no problem.
Good stuff, man.
We went different ways. He found 2 little demon children and superpowers, and he brought them all back from the hell dimension.
Yeah, brought them all back. Then the kids got disappeared, but Paul stayed around.
Well, obviously, you should have to keep Paul around. He has to go back to the hell dimension.
Why we're buying comics is for Paul.
Shaun, we're going to finish off, by the way, as I mentioned, just in terms of the Marvel rumours. So we had the Spider-Man rumour, and then also, I thought you'd enjoy this. Second piece of news before I finish on this. The Blade director that we mentioned last week, that was directing Blade, has now come out and said that he's not directing Blade.
Wow, so that's a record.
Blade has no director currently. It took 4 days for that to change.
Interesting. Okay.
I said Christmas. You said no. I think I said March, and you said Christmas. Neither of us predicted 4 days.
Yeah, like we would have laughed ourselves off the podcast if we had said 4 days.
To be fair, though, it was a rumor that he said I'm not directing Blade, so it was never confirmed. So there was never a start date.
Right. So are people just trying to manifest directors who they think would be good at directing Blade?
I think at this point we're desperate. We'll take anybody to direct this fucking movie.
We'll get Paul in.
Just Paul will do it. He's a fictional character. Go to the hell dimension. Bring back Blade. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, Shaun.
What? Is that happening?
Him and Reed Richards will not meet or know each other before they meet.
Like, what are we doing, lads?
Because if you remember, the villain for Fantastic Four is not going to be Doom. It is going to be Galactus, who big Earth-eating monster kind of guy. He's going to be fighting the Fantastic Four. That's fine. But then they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. And so then you have now Doom, but he's not going to be in the Fantastic Four movie. He's the big bad for the Avengers movie. So,
right.
You have a situation where the Fantastic Four will fight Galactus in their movie, not meet Doom. And then the first time that they meet Doom is in the Avengers movie.
Interesting. Which is going to be a team. So it's not like he's not a Fantastic Four villain anymore.
No.
Okay, let's think about this. So, the Ultimate Comics at the minute. Minor spoilers, I guess. Doctor Doom in those comics is a version of Reed Richards that a different version of Reed Richards tortured and put a mask on and makes him call himself Doom. So that Doom has nothing to do with the original Fantastic Four. I'm clutching at straws here.
It'd be like basically if you did a Batman movie and he fought Clayface, and then there was a big team-up movie and Joker was the villain, but they had not met, and so their interactions are amongst 7 other people. Yeah. And Batman's like, this fucking clown guy's a bit fucking weird, isn't he? It's a bit of a quickie, think he's from Gotham.
Unless the idea is that by the end of this he is the main Fantastic Four villain. But I feel like everything's getting rebooted anyway.
No, I think he's definitely going to die at the end.
You're going to just kill Doom. Look, we're never going to get a faithful Doom adaptation, I don't think.
If I'm paying Robert Downey Jr. $100 million per movie, I'm killing him in the second movie. He's not sticking around.
That's true. That's very true. Which lends credence to the idea that he's not going to be Doom going forward. He's just in this one.
That's good, isn't it? This is fun to hear.
I don't get. It's going back to the early days of comic book movies where people were embarrassed to be comic book movies.
Well, I just don't understand. I mean, we don't really care, but I don't understand the positive to negative. The pros and cons of this seems there's more cons than pros. In terms of the story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah, see, but like they back themselves into a corner where they need to get to Secret Wars as quickly as possible because they're hemorrhaging money in a way that they can't fix with the building blocks that they have. So they need the one. This could be like, this is their flashpoint essentially, that they can choose what they want to keep and what they want to drop. And that's their goal. And then Doom happens in the middle of that because we haven't done Doom yet, and wouldn't it be neat to do Doom?
I suppose we'll see how it goes. I'm not confident, but
I think Fantastic Four will be good.
Hopefully. Jeez, I hope it is.
Fantastic Four First Steps.
I hope all movies are good. I just hope they're all good. Why not?
Be nice.
Madam Web, let's watch that again. Good one?
Yeah. 1 out of 10.
Shaun, that is it for this week's movie news, which means it's time for the weird news jingle. A fantastic jingle, as always, Shaun.
Thank you, Connor. And a fantastic time code as well, I guarantee it.
I assume it was put in perfectly and you didn't mess up.
Yeah, so what I do, I leave it for just the jingle ends, you're straight into it. You know, you don't have to sit through the jingle every time if you want to click the time code.
Okay. Shaun, we're going to start off weird news this week with, I think, one of the most important stories that we've covered, in that it's a kind of a follow-up story to something that we did, I think, 2 years ago, or maybe last year. Time means nothing at this point. I can't remember. Shaun, also, by the way, this is weird news. What do we do here? Oh,
you spent the week gathering all the weird news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me. A man who's been too busy trying to figure out how time works to look at any weird news.
And how's that going?
It's a flat circle from what I can figure out.
From what I can figure out, the Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. Actually, it's a cone, but we're looking at it from above.
Oh, very good. How does time work in that? Just kind of...
forwards, usually. Can't go backwards. And you can stop trying, Connor.
Jeez, he's got an answer for everything. He's fucking hell. You want to get up very early in the morning to catch him sleeping. Shaun, we're starting off this week.
Down there for dancing? Is that
down there for dancing correct? Is the phrase. You have to point to your feet. So I want everyone, right? So this is the catchphrase I want everyone to start using, right? So I said this to Shaun once, and he looked at me like I was a psychopath. But if you say something smart, right, and someone goes, "That's a fucking good idea," and then you just point at your feet and you say, "Down there for dancing," which implies up there for thinking in regards to your brain. But you don't say that bit, you just say down there for dancing.
See, because I had this as well, where you can use it for a negative. Right, so say someone says something fucking stupid, and then you go, "Actually, look, you have down there for dancing."
Works even better that way.
You don't have anything up there for thinking, but you can dance your way out of it.
Works both ways. Works in all scenarios. You just have to point to your feet and say "down there for dancing." It covers a multitude of scenarios that could occur.
That's it. It's a contextual phrase.
I'm trying to spread that around the world. That and
call someone a dope.
A dope is a good one. Yeah, dope is such a crushing comment that you can give to somebody, but it's so funny. Like, stop. You're being a fucking dope.
It's always stop being a dope.
Stop being a dope. What are you doing? It's not like stop being an idiot or stop being a dumb person. That doesn't have the same. Stop being a dope is dope,
just like a dope. There's no hope for you. Like you're just.
You're done.
Yeah. Calling someone a drip, I'm a big fan of.
A drip.
Like you're not annoying enough. You're annoying, but you're not annoying enough to demand attention.
Like you're dripping. Like you're ruining my time, but you're not big enough to kind of put it out.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a favourite of mine.
So Shaun, we are going to get into the Fat Bear Week competition all over again.
It's that time of year they're about to go into hibernating, aren't they?
It's the time of year, Shaun, you're goddamn right it is. So once a year, the hallowed ground of Fat Bear competition occurs. And we covered this, I think, 2 years ago at this point. As far as my memory tells me, there was Bear 747 and there was a different bear called something else. Chunky, I think.
I believe there was discrepancies one year because the winner of Fat Bear Week had been pregnant, I believe.
Yes. So the competition is basically that what's the way to look at it? A national park in Alaska. They choose 16 bears, okay? Mm-hmm. And what they do is they put up pictures of the 16 bears on the Fat Bear Week website. And for 1 week only, from the 2nd of October to the 8th of October, what happens is, so this is all last week, what happens is, or it might be the 8th to the 13th, but I think the voting is closed, so it was last week. So what happened is that they put up the images and everyone gets to vote on the bear that they think deserves to win Fat Bear Week 2024 or 2023 or 2022. And the competition has had many a winner. It's had many a controversial winner. I mean, there are some years where some of the underdogs didn't win. Some of the crowd favourites didn't win. Maybe there was some that were pushed by the corporations as their real winner.
One bear had rich parents and they got straight through to the finals.
It was a Nepo bear. But the competition started a decade ago and it allows viewers to watch live cameras of Alaska's national park and pick their favourite brown bear after the animals have beefed up on salmon in preparation for winter. The Nature Network runs the competition said that the winner of this week, or this year, Shaun, was Grazer 128.
Grazer 128. Okay, Grazer 128. Let's pull this bear up.
She is last year's winner currently as well. So 2-time reigning champ.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this place has a whole Wikipedia for all of their bears.
Has a shop as well. If you want to get it.
Has a shop if anyone wants some fucking merch. Now, Conor, I'm getting some troubling news headlines as I search up Grazer 128.
Mama bear beats rival who killed her cub to win Fat Bear Week.
It was revenge.
So the competition is you have 128 Grazer and alongside her was Chunk, right? Chunk is one of the competitors in Fat Bear Week. Now he is a dickhead, as they say, right? One of the most dominant bears on the river.
Throwing his weight around. Just
a unit of a lad, right? And so they're both up for the Fat Bear Week competition. But what came out was the drama, the narrative around this competition was the fact that 6 months ago, well actually 5 months ago now, Chunk killed this mama bear 128 Grazer's cub in a vicious attack. Right?
That's got to eliminate you from the competition, surely.
Murderers are not exempt. They are still in the competition.
They're selling Team Chunk merch on here.
Who's buying that? Lunatics, psychopaths, just rebels.
Awful humans.
The same lads watching Joker 2 and liking it. Do you know what I mean? This kind of sickos in the head. In July, 2 of Grazer's cubs were swept over a waterfall, okay? So
Christ.
The cubs were playing in the river, they get swept over a waterfall. Chunk, the big fucker that he is, attacked them both once they landed, right? He's just a fucking psychopathic bear.
Chunk targets children.
One sadly succumbed to their injuries and passed away. The other one is still alive. So, this happened 4 months ago. Then you have 128 Grazer. She gets put in this competition. It's kind of a dodgeball situation in that she's the underdog. Nobody thinks she's going to win, but she's had loss. She's had death.
She's known pain, basically.
She's known pain, and this motherfucker Chunk is the one that caused the pain, and she's in the competition against him and against all the odds. Pulled out the win, but I think it was also she did an X Factor kind of sad story thing, and she got the votes.
I mean, look, maybe that could be it, but I think if she bulked up heavily enough, the public decided to rally around her. There's nothing she can't do.
So the winners when they came out, the two bears were later pitted against each other, with Grazer eventually coming out on top, winning more than double Chunks' votes. So
Chunk.
Fucking Chug, you little dickhead. Her fearless nature is respected by other bears, who often choose to give her space instead of risking a confrontation. This elevates Grazer's rank in the bear hierarchy, almost above all bears except for the largest male, said her profile. So, pretty big news for the large bear community.
I'm delighted to see it. We've already got some Grazer merch going on here. We've got it's Rosie the Welder, but it's a bear. And it says girl power, which I can support. I know you don't personally.
Oh, this was a woke competition. All right.
I wasn't aware
that this competition had gone woke. Right, girl power, huh? Fucking hell. Bring back the old. So what happened to the old competition with just the lads being just the big fat bears? Fucking ridiculous.
There's a whole bunch of coming soon merch. Because they have to print it with Grazer on it, of course. They've got the 2025 Fat Bear calendar. You'll be delighted to know
the calendar is what always gets me, because who's buying that, firstly? And secondly, why have you not bought me that?
I was just going to say, when are we doing the Christmas exchange this year?
I want that, but also, if I remember correctly, it's very expensive.
It's like $35 for a calendar.
It's not cheap.
Actually, no, $20. But the postage, they'll get you on the
postage. Postage will kill you. Postage to Ireland would murder us, so it would.
And it only features the bears from the 2024 bracket as well. It doesn't give you the upcomers.
Oh, the upcomers. the new kids on the block.
Now, how have we not discovered this, Connor? The sanctuary that hosts the Fat Bear competition has live cams where you can just watch bears.
Just watch the bears, yeah. So that's how people vote.
Shows up
they watch the live. They watch the live feed, and then they vote to see who they think should win.
Which is even more troubling, because it means that people watched Chunk murder that bear cub, and then still gave him a sizable number of votes to put him into the semi-finals.
Yeah, but that's because he's an anti-establishment. He's against the he's the bad boy of the bear world. You know what I mean?
No. The real anti-establishment would be to not participate, Connor. And he tried to inflict emotional damage upon Grazer to get the win.
I think it was a situation where he tried to take her out of the competition. He wanted her to pull out.
He knew she was a threat, basically.
Yeah, so he's like, right, if I harm her and her family, then she'll be too devastated to take part in the very prestigious Fat Bear Week 2024.
Now, that other cub, that cub now has a legacy to upkeep as well.
I'll be honest with you, that other cub is going to end up killing Chunk.
Chunk is a dead bear.
15 years from now, that bear is going to be on a Rocky montage training video, and he's going to kill Chunk.
Yeah, he's going to get homicided.
The one mistake he made was keeping one of them alive and allowing them to see what happened.
Got to end the bloodline, you know.
It's a John Wick situation. Chunk, you're getting fucking done, lad.
No witnesses. No repercussions.
So last year when we talked about, by the way, there was nearly 1.4 million votes cast from more than 100 countries.
And how many were cast this year? Or I guess they don't have that yet.
There was less this year, which is why I think the winner got 120,000 votes.
Still a lot though for Fat Bears.
That's pretty good. Also, these are the two that faced off against each other last year, when Grazer also beat Chunk.
So Grazer is just okay. So we're on the fuck Chunk train right now.
Oh, fuck Chunk is my new T-shirt. Yeah, I've got a chest tattoo that says it.
It's Chunk from the Goonies. You got confused.
I showed it to my parents. They actually just said, "Never come back here."
They said, "Oh, again? Really?"
The back also says "fuck Chunk," but that was for the Goonies.
I hate both Chunks.
I hate both Chunks. Sorry. Chunk lost in 2023, so in between he decided, I'm going to kill a cub, because he really was devastated about this loss. He turns evil. I like the idea that they were both friends in 2023, but then when Chunk lost, he started going down the dark path. You know what I mean? He started seeing that maybe doing bad deeds is what really could get him to his goal.
It's like Challengers, that movie Challengers. I might have skimmed it, but I assume that's what happens.
think you watched a different movie.
Oh, shit. I watched Star Wars, actually.
Oh, sorry. I watched Star Wars episode 3, yes.
Yeah, with one goes down the dark path, you know.
In your head, there was like Grazer and Chunk fighting on lava. Like lightsabers.
Does the bear that wins get special treatment in the sanctuary?
I don't think the bear understands. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the bear can't comprehend what's happening.
You don't think they're training? They're not juicing for this?
You think they're juicing for but they're not juicing for the winter. They're juicing for this week's competition.
Yeah. They're all about the prestige, you know.
But they're doing like dehydration like 40 hours before, so their muscles are absolutely popping. By the time the camera's got to them, they've got that Henry Cavill cut going on.
Yeah, and they can't stand. They're so fucking dizzy. It's a dangerous thing to do.
Sean, would you beat up a bear?
I'd beat up Chunk, I fucking tell you that much. Prick.
Yeah, you v Chunk. Who wins? Chunk has killed before and he will kill again, though.
Yeah, but he can only kill children because he's a coward.
You're definitely smaller than the children bears.
What kind of I'm bigger than a child bear. Chunk bear. How let me get the stats on Chunk.
Yeah, I want the arm reach. I want to know what your arm reach is.
Chunk, he is fucking big, to be fair.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
No offspring of his own.
He's killed them all.
He's been darted before, apparently. Don't know what that
Didn't
means.
matter. He darted them back.
Narrow set eyes, I can use that to my advantage.
How are you going to use that to your advantage?
I'll simply step into his peripherals. He has numerous scars and wounds, so he's lost a lot of fights.
He's been and he's won them all.
He's still going, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, you have no scars and he's got multiple scars, which implies to me he's fought more than you.
He's got a scar across his muzzle.
Of course he does.
He's a fucking lunatic bear. Jeez, and he looked really sweet when he was younger. I have photos of him here in 2007.
What happened? He lost the 2023 competition and he went insane.
Everything went wrong. Now he is a brown bear. So I could just lie down and I'd be grand. There's a video clip here from the live stream and it's called WrestleMania 2, the rematch, and it's just him fighting another bear in the water.
Hopefully not the fucking bear cub, Jesus Christ.
Oh fuck, he's after winning there now. He's fighting a black bear.
Of course he has. He's literally a killer. A straight up killer of a bear.
I have the whole history of Chunk here. He gets in so many fights in the river.
Of course he does. He's a lunatic.
I'm only up to 2016.
I think Chunk is the biggest psychopath we've ever covered on this show. He's just a wild fucking dickhead.
Yeah, no, I think he's the highest body count of any bear we've talked about.
Oh, he's killing people left, right and centre, so he is. He's a maniac. Do you know for the competition, when he turns up to get for the Fat Bear Week, they have to deliver him in the police van and he gets out the back and they have like the chains around his arms and his legs. He's had to like unlock him.
He's like holding a newspaper in front of himself.
They have to unlock him to let him loose so he can vote on him.
Oh my god, warning, 2024 season footage and photographs of Chunk may contain violent content.
Holy shit!
They're tracking him. It's like they're reconstructing a serial killer. Like they have him at this time. This is where he is. This is what he's doing.
Because they have to keep track on him. Because he kills people almost on the hourly basis.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
What are we
doing? Should he be exempt from next year's competition? Is the question.
Oh my god! He attacked Bear 747.
Oh, fuck that. No, hang on.
747 was just resting. Chunk comes up and fucking takes a hunk out of him.
Just asleep.
Chunk bites 747.
Imagine you're just chilling out, just asleep, and just fucking Chunk comes up and starts beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, apparently Chunk is making moves to become the dominant male on the river.
How is he not already the dominant male? I mean, who's left?
Oh my god. Oh, I think I just scrolled past the Cub video. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, why are you doing that to yourself?
I'm enthralled. There's evil in his eyes.
He's a psychopath. You said you were going to fight him.
I want a Netflix documentary about this fucking bear.
Yeah, we get Netflix documentaries on every fucking stupid thing and they're all terrible. And then, like, we need one on Chuck. Following Chuck around. I want to sit down interviews with people.
Someone made a poster and it's just Chunk. It says, Chunk, it's time for a new king.
People like him. He's anti-establishment.
It's not known how Chunk got his nickname, but he grew into it apparently.
Of course he fucking did. Of course he did. He didn't give it to himself.
Then, and there's a whole section on courting and mating. I'm going to not read that out on the podcast for fear of our impressionable listeners. My goodness. What
You can
a
do
ride
better
we've
than
been
Chunk.
on.
If you're in a relationship, you can do better than Chunk. Don't get with Chunk. He's a bad boy.
He's starting fights for no reason. He has no confidence in himself. All bullies are cowards.
He would fuck you up.
Yeah, I know. I'd be killed by that bear.
Oh yeah, he'd be killed to death. Yeah. So Shaun, that is a fat bear week. We have touched on it again. Shout out to I suppose Chunk for being a loser, for being the biggest loser of all time.
Fuck you, Chunk. I hope.
And 128 Grazer for once again overcoming the evilness that is Chunk.
We'll wait to see what the 2025 season brings.
Get me a calendar, please. So, just everyone go to the Patreon. And
we need calendar money. I'm so sorry.
We need calendar money. Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and I have California's piss bandit is leaving bottles of urine in elite neighbourhoods.
God damn. He's back.
He's back, the piss bandit. A mysterious person known as the piss bandit has been causing a stir in Pasadena, California for the past 6 years. The person comes out at night donned with a mask and latex gloves, regularly leaving bottles of urine in an influential neighbourhood, carefully arranging them on a utility box before vanishing into the night.
So he's not pissing on site. He has the piss ready to go.
He pisses into the bottle and then leaves the bottle in the neighbourhood.
Good God. The
bottles which include soda bottles, juice cartons, gallon jugs.
Gallon jugs?
Fuck me, what's he drinking?
The man's it's just in and out, surely.
Gallon jug. That's got to be a two or three go system. How are you filling a gallon of piss?
That's got to be. How much? Okay, what do you think's the volume of an average piss? I'm already Googling, don't worry about it.
Your algorithm is fucked. The average, I'm going to say 500 millilitres.
250 to 400 millilitres.
Right.
So you're, for a gallon, which is 4 litres, you're talking 10 pisses.
He's doing that over a day and a half.
How often do you piss?
Well,
that's 2 weeks in my book.
No, in my head, if I was like, I have to fill a gallon jug of my own piss, I'm drinking water every second of the day to go at least 10 times in the day.
Yeah, you're preparing basically. You're doing
you're uptaking. You're intaking a lot more liquids, I think, because you know it's going one direction.
Love One Direction, great songs.
The bandit sometimes strikes multiple times a week, Shaun. Not only does he leave the jugs, but he's filled with yellow liquid. They're also accompanied by crude drawings and notes like human piss.
Just in case you were
aware.
So he's not trying to trick people.
No.
He wants them to know it's human piss.
He just leaves his piss in a bottle in rich neighbourhoods in California.
On the utility box?
Yeah.
Why?
Multiple times a week. There's no way he's doing gallon jugs multiple times a week. Surely not.
No, it's got to be a situation that he lives out of his car or something like that, and he pisses there when he needs to, and then just drops him off. But how do you get rid of piss? Do you think?
What do you mean? How do you get rid of piss? You put it in a bottle and then you open the bottle in a forest and then pour it on the ground.
You can't pour that much piss in one spot in the forest, surely. No. You're dumping a gallon of piss just against a tree.
Not in one spot. But
you're walking around the forest with multiple bottles of piss.
But why are you filling a gallon in the first place? Fill a normal bottle and then empty that out.
But he really has to go. He's been drinking so much.
In a gallon jug, firstly and foremost. How hard is it to get a gallon jug in the first place? Why? It's much easier to just get a bottle.
You get a gallon jug easy enough. Most things are gallons in America, I would say.
Okay.
Hard to get one here. But like a 5 litre bottle of water, drink that. That's 5 litres of piss right there.
Is it a 1-to-1 ratio?
No, there's got to be some way.
If you drank 5 litres of water, the next time you piss, are you pissing 5 litres?
I don't think so. Because
I don't think so either.
Some, and you need some to make blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, like your body's taking at least, I would say, 3 litres of that.
Yeah. Do you ever been, if you're really dehydrated and you can drink like 2 litres and nothing comes out, you're like, oh fuck, I was nearly dead right there.
Yeah, I'm going to die.
Yeah,
I'm really bad. Yeah. Also, the bandit, as I said, the city has attempted to stop the bandit by adding a pointed metal cover to the one utility box that he uses.
He's not sitting on it.
But the piss bandit simply removed it and continued his antics. It's been a tug-of-war between the neighbourhood and this guy, said Grant Yansora, who, along with filmmaker Derek Milton, launched an investigation into the mysterious figure. They have been tracking this guy down. They can't seem to find him. One local expressed disgust, stating he never considered the act an art form. Another neighbour threatened the bandit, saying, "If I catch you leaving your piss here, I will make you drink every last drop, you fucking freak."
Jesus.
That's good.
It's pretty good. It's a serious threat. Oh man, this director, Derek Milton, he's documenting the piss saga on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a photo of the piss bandit. He's wearing like a morph suit. That's insane.
Despite the attention, the bandit remains elusive. He ignored the duo's attempts to communicate, even stealing their cameras. Sometimes you just have to let the artist pee, said Yansora.
I'm getting... This man's piss is one of the weirdest colours of piss I've ever seen, by the way.
You think he's coloured it?
There's got to be something in there.
Yeah.
That looks like mango, man.
Yeah. He's what's he drinking? What's he drinking to get that colour?
It's got, like... He must be downing Monster Energies.
Just, he's not drinking, like, liquid that isn't humanly in a lab made.
No, it's constructed. Also, no one's raised the question. Is the guy who's making a pretty good following out of documenting the piss bandit, is he under suspicion of being the piss bandit?
I was literally, Sean, thinking the same thing.
Because
my first thought was, this lad's pissing in those bottles and leaving them there.
Yeah. And like he has a lot of footage for a man who keeps getting his cameras stolen. So.
It's a Peter Parker kind of situation in that he always has the camera shot that's perfectly 4 yards away from the piss bandit.
I need photos of Piss Boy right now.
Yeah, give me Piss Bandit or give me debt, he says. And somehow he always seems to have HD photographs of this Piss Bandit.
Like, what if it only had... Oh, okay, fair enough. What if the original Piss Bandit was a different guy? But then he did it and he got a bit of success.
It's like a Zodiac killer, kind of like you're recreating the Piss Bandit.
A copycat, yeah.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Maybe the Piss Bandit stopped after that. But Milton, he needs content.
If my name was Milton, I'd piss in the bottle as well, to be fair.
That's fair. I don't think I've ever pissed in a bottle.
Either have I. I think the fear that would overflow would be too much.
That's the thing. I don't think it's ever come... Yeah, like... No, look, I'm not to say it'll never happen. But
you strike me as a man who it definitely will happen to.
I get into situations, that's true.
You get into scrapes and somehow you have to piss in the bottle.
Like, let's not discuss my pissing habits on the podcast, probably. It's probably not good, is it? We can if you want, I don't mind.
What colour is it?
Depends what time of day it is.
Gallons. I'm pissing gallons of green piss. Is that good?
Green piss. There's stripes in it, actually. It's weird.
It comes out yellow and green. Is that good or bad?
That's probably not great.
Sean, we're finished off weird news with a quick one that I thought you'd enjoy. Poulsbo woman's home overrun by over 100 raccoons after 3 decades of feeding them.
It's the raccoon's house now. You've invited them in by feeding them.
So she's been feeding them for 3 decades, and over 100 raccoons apparently showed up to her house last week. She was surrounded by the animals and contacted authorities for help. The county deputies eventually came to her rescue after she was forced to run away in her car to escape the raccoons. The woman told deputies she's been feeding nearby raccoons for about 35 years, but didn't experience this until around 6 weeks ago. The woman said the raccoons surround her day and night, demanding food. She also noted she's been quoted prices as high as $500 per raccoon to trap and relocate them. So she obviously didn't want to do that. But over 100 raccoons were around her house when she woke up last week in the morning.
Okay, don't feed raccoons for 30 years. I wonder what happened in the last 6 months that the raccoons are like, let's go on the offensive.
There has to be one raccoon that's like, I know somewhere. And then it, like Chinese whispers, gets around the group.
Yeah, but when they say surrounded her house, was it organised?
I don't think raccoons can organise.
No?
They're not running a gang.
I know. There's strength in numbers though, so maybe
they weren't flanking her. They weren't setting up military fucking operations. I'm assuming 100 of them just showed up.
Strike.
Yeah, one of them's on a glider, coming and landing on a roof.
Got to take them from all angles, you know.
Yeah. No, 100 raccoons showed up. So now the question, Sean, is, and as I always say, what is the natural predator of the raccoon? Because we can solve this woman's problem immediately.
It's got to be like a wolf or something, right?
You gotta figure out what's the natural predator. Natural predator of a raccoon. Take that in.
Okay, I got a list for you here. Cougars, bobcats, wolves, coyotes, alligators, foxes, and owls. Now the real game is, which of those animals can kill the most raccoons?
How many are you getting? Because
then you only have to deal with because I would wager 4 wolves would do 100 raccoons in.
They do 25 each. I'd say an alligator could do probably 50 of them.
You think 2? But okay, now's the new question: would you rather deal with 4 wolves or 2 alligators? Alligators, I don't believe, have predators.
Florida man is the predator of alligators. So
that's true. And where's this happening? Where's this taking place?
It's in Washington, unfortunately. So
damn.
You could technically get the 2 alligators and then get 1 Florida man to capture the 2 alligators. But then who's the national predator? They have to get the police to capture the Florida man.
Well, no. If he hasn't done anything wrong, there's no need.
He probably is up to something though.
He's Schrodinger's criminal at that point.
I would go wolves if you were going to do it, but then you have a pack of wolves around your house
who know that there's good raccoon eating around you.
Yeah.
And then did we ever find the predator of the wolf? I think they're apex predators, aren't they? I think it's just humans would be the predators.
Okay, who wins in a fight between the alligator and the wolf then?
Wolf versus alligator. Let's fucking go. Apparently it's a Red Dead Redemption 2 mod that we could download. Okay. Someone on Reddit had asked this 6 years ago. So round 1, 5 alligators versus 5 wolves. The wolves are more agile and can take all 5 gators out, but every gator only needs to connect once to disable or kill a wolf. And then round 2 is 1 alligator versus 5 wolves, and the wolves take it.
Obviously. So
I think 4 wolves kill 2 gators, I think.
Like how you're taking Reddit as the Crocodile Dundee has told me this.
They also said bonus round, 5 gators versus 5 wolves in a game of basketball.
You got to take the wolves. Gators don't have that reach.
Yeah, gators can't jump. That's well known.
They're not dunking anything, gators. So Sean, I wanted to cover that woman who overrun by 100 raccoons. So our solution is
4 wolves.
I'm going to go 2 alligators.
God damn.
Because at least you can kill the alligators with the wolves if it comes to it.
True, but I think you can reason with the wolves sooner than you could an alligator.
You can't reason with either of them.
You can reason with a wolf.
You can't reason with a fucking wolf. The wolf
Look
would
at a
kill
dog.
you.
We fucking domesticated him. You know, foxes are domesticating themselves.
You could take foxes.
You need more foxes. You need like 20
you need
foxes.
like 25 to 30 foxes.
Give me maybe 50 foxes just to be safe.
And owls, you could take 100 owls to take out 100 raccoons.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1 on that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Sean.
What a week would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero and next Monday with another episode of the show. Big thank you to all of our patrons over on patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And big shout outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast Evanson, Waffles the Quantum, Immortal, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Daniel McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Gambit's Cajun accent #1 defender, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine, would like it to know what number Laika the space dog is. Russ, I wonder if you guys can confirm the industry rumours that Heroes for Hire is getting actual showrunners-Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsy subscribe to the Patreon. Kira Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan, Fuck the Heckler, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Pete might fuck around and re-expose himself to gamma radiation, Jack Markham, Barlow Cheese, Johnny Ray, Hunter Harvard and Donegal George. Thank you all for your support. You're absolutely amazing. We couldn't make the show without all of you, so thank you for sticking with us. Head on over there if you want to suggest any more movies, throw into the hat. We'll be doing that draw very soon for this month's movie review. There are other ways then to support the show. There's heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Gentleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast, and the best way to ever about the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
My voice hurts.
We
so
did it,
much.
Sean. We did it. Yes.
We got through.
We got through it. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
And we should see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.